Congressman Darrell Issa joins me now. Congressman, Iran says its peace proposal includes reparations for war damage, the withdrawal of our troops from the Mideast. Look, this is a non-starter, isn't it? So my question is, when does Trump attack?
Well, the time is on the president's side. He's got a window of 2 years and 7 months to do what he needs to do. And Iran has been acting like a drowning man in the ocean saying, I need a better yacht to pick me up. The fact is that every day that goes by without a strike, Iran is still being damaged by having no money coming in, their oil wells actually losing capacity now that they've had to cap them. All of this is irreparable damage to Iran, and Iran may not care about its people, but in time the people will care about the government enough to make a change.
You can't delay forever. If you keep on putting it off, don't you lose your credibility?
Well, first of all, Donald J. Trump doesn't need credibility. He has it. And when people want to talk about Taco and all these other things, what they don't do and they haven't done, read The Art of the Deal. He has the advantage right now. They are hurting. Even their key allies like China are depleting their strategic reserves. So yes, time is on his side. And remember, people are complaining about the billions, but the fact is, every day we don't attack, our costs are less. Our reserves of munitions are growing. So it's not all a negative one way. At the same time, I don't think there's any question, very much like Richard Nixon did with the peace talks with North Vietnam decades ago, when the time comes, he will do what he needs to do if they're not going to start negotiating in good faith. And Stuart, right now, they're not really negotiating in good faith. They're making that drowning man request for a better yacht.
Okay. Moving away from the war for a moment. Nearly 30,000 people have been ordered to pack up and leave their homes after a brush fire broke out in Simi Valley, Southern California. So far, it's scorched more than 1,300 acres. Is California prepared to handle this? Authorities didn't do that well in the LA fires last year, did they?
No, they didn't. And the reality is when the fire starts, it's too late to do what you should have done. California has systematically made sure there's more and more fuel by not doing the kinds of clearing that should be done every year, some of it by burning it, a lot of it by allowing brush and timber to be removed, sort of kinetically rather than burning. But we don't allow it. We are the worst state when it comes to allowing that. That had a lot to do with the Altadena fire, where the fire started in an area that hadn't been cleared in decades, and as a result couldn't be put out. So, we're going to bring all the forces from multiple states. They will eventually contain it, but the damage is the damage done by a bad practice for decades.
Got it. Congressman Darrell Issa, thanks for joining us, sir. We'll see you again soon. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Stuart.